What's going on, Facebook? All right, the question on the table, a lot has been made of this. Kevin Samuels said if a woman is over 35, she's a leftover woman. Rah, 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 rah. Okay, so here's the question. First of all, for the people who didn't bother to take the time to understand what the hell I was talking about, I was talking about a concept from the communist China, where basically they said that if a woman hadn't been married by the age of 27, she is considered to be what is called a leftover woman. Okay? And the reason they had is their reasons. All right, so I said, all right, and the whole purpose, and the People's Republic of China, they are serious about this stuff. They are serious about trying to get women married. So one of the things they understood is by changing how a lot of women viewed their singleness, would light a fire under. Well, if prior to 1965 in the black community we were married at a rate of 80%, it's fair to say that feminism and the like have helped women to change their view of things, right? Strong, independent, don't need no man? Fine. Then I said, well, over 35. And here's the thing, it's not me. It's what the men say. And that's the thing is, you don't like what I say, but you think it's just me talking in a damn vacuum. It's not me. It's what the men say. It's what the men think. And here's the funny part. Whether you ladies like it or not, the men think this way. I just have my women's group, right? And my focus group. And we were going over some of these questions and things like that. And I'm like, well, all right, ladies. Can you make the outcomes that you want? And here's the funny thing. Here's the thing on Facebook. I got Instagram going over here and on Facebook going over here. And what I want the men on Facebook to understand is Facebook is the trash heap of all comments. This is where angry women go to scream and holler about something that they know they can't do a damn thing about. That's why I let women just say what they want to on Facebook, because all you do is you really just show why you're where you are. So let them say whatever they want to, guys, because at the tears are starting to come out. That's why I showed yesterday Eartha Kitt and Diahann Carroll. Diahann Carroll talking about she'd been married 4 times, and it wasn't until she was an old woman till she realized that she's a difficult person to live with. And then Eartha Kitt juxtaposed. And one of the things I ask women all the time is, what are you holding out for? What is some of y'all waiting for? Because you talk to a lot of women and it's like, well, I met someone early on and I was engaged, but I canceled the engagement or I broke off this relationship. Who the hell are y'all waiting for? Who are you waiting for? Why are so many women holding out? And gentlemen, you got to understand, they're holding out because they've been told that they've been told to go do what you want to do, have your fun, and then when you decide to turn around and get married, there'll be plenty of men there. And unfortunately, that ain't the truth. That ain't the truth. And you got a lot of women who are coming to grips with this. You got a lot of women coming to grips with the fact that they can't do shit about this. They can talk, they can scream, they can holler, but they can't change the fact that there are no men trying to get with these women. So they get mad. Don't do that. They get mad, and I'm like, why are you mad at me? Don't get mad at me. Get mad at your outcomes. Because I will tell you, the stuff that these women write in the comment section, you hate your mama, you gay, da 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 da. Here's the funny thing, men don't care about this stuff. They'll respond to it, but men really don't care. The funny thing is, you're just showing why you're there. But the thing is, for the women who got a little bit of hope, danger zone is 27 to 35. When you need to focus like a laser on the outcomes you want. All right, what are you holding out for? Because the later you go in life, the fewer options you get. The fewer options you get, they are waiting for what? What are you waiting for? So here's the thing. I'll allow you on Facebook to tell me, what the hell are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Allow viewers to request. So if you want to join me on this and tell all the men what you're waiting for, feel free. Because guys really want to know why y'all think y'all have so many options. Why y'all think y'all have so many options, and why you all think that it's just up to you. It's up to you and up to you and up to you. Really? Why is it up to you? Because I'm gonna tell you, I talk to women around the country, and just like when I was talking to the women in the focus group, you can say one thing, but can you produce the outcome? Instagram over here. Let's see. Facebook over here. All right, if you want to be on camera with me, you can send a request, and then after I'll see if I can approve your request, and we'll kind of go from there. Because whether you agree, whether you understand or not, the goal is to get women better. I think women are scared. I think women are scared. Well, I know women are scared. They're scared, and then they don't understand how to get the different outcome. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Kevin?
I'm all right. How old are you?
I am 40 years old.
All right. So, what did you want to discuss?
I hear everything you're saying, but I just don't understand why it seems like you're saying like it's a requirement to be married. Like, why is that the standard? Why is it?
Whoever said it's a requirement to be married? Where did I ever say that?
I said that's what it seems like. I didn't say
Okay.
that's
Well, it's a requirement to be able to take care of yourself and not rely upon anything from the system or the government until you die.
correct.
For you or whoever you're talking about, can you pay for your life through death without getting a dime out of the system?
Absolutely.
Then marriage ain't a requirement.
Agreed.
But what percentage of women can do that?
All percentage if they actually put their
Not all percentages.
work
See, that's why I don't. Let's stop. Stop. What I don't do is I don't talk about fanciful stuff. I don't care about what's possible. I talk about what's probable. Most people are average. So I don't want to talk about, it doesn't help us to talk about these people over here. What percentage of women can do what you're talking about?
Will do that. There's not a lot.
What percentage would you say?
I really can't say. That's an answer I don't have. I know that.
Well, what do you guess? Well, what do you guess? Because you asked you asked me why is marriage a requirement, and I told you why anything is required, and you're not answering. You don't have to have an exact number, but what percentage? Just ballpark it.
If I had to guess, I would say just if I took a percentage based on the women in my life or the women I interact with, that number is probably a lot higher now than what it used to be. So I think this is the age of the
word. Just give me a number, please.
35%.
35%. 74% of Black women make $50,000 or less. 74%. 3 out of 4 Black women make $50,000 or less. That is not enough money to live on until the end of your days without requiring any money from the system.
Agreed.
So where's the money going to come from if it doesn't come from a husband and a family?
I'm not saying it has to come from that. What I'm stating is it is possible. You know, will and can they are two different
But
things.
see, that's the beautiful thing about being a man. We deal in reality. Y'all deal in, women tend to deal in will and possible, and it's special snowflakes. That ain't how men think. Marriage has been a requirement for women on this planet because men make most of the money. Men do the jobs that make the most money. Women choose jobs that pay based upon what they like to do, but they can't afford to pay for themselves worldwide. And they're bankrupting economies because you have single women who are florists and dog walkers who can't afford to pay for themselves in these Western countries. And when they reach retirement age, they have no savings.
But I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that men are given the opportunity for those jobs to provide that. Women aren't giving the same
What do you mean given the opportunity? Women can choose to go do the dirty, dangerous jobs that pay the most money. They don't.
Okay. There are women that have attempted to, but when
What are you talking about? Okay, man.
when given the opportunity, they're more than likely they're
How
going
are
to
you
give that
saying
same
given the
percentage
opportunity?
to a man
How are
than a
women
woman.
being okay? This is what men dislike. Women want equality. Okay, but if you want equality, just like you want to have the opportunity to be the CEO, you need also have the same opportunity and go do the goddamn ditch digging and the oil wells and the coal mines and the jobs that pay the money. See, man, what it comes down to is if you are going to, a person has to pay for themselves. And can most women afford to pay for themselves? To the end of days, elder medical care, everything else, when they are retired, and can they?
I think we already answered that.
The answer is no. So that's
no.
why marriage is a requirement.
Yeah, you answered
That's why
no.
marriage is a requirement, because if you can't afford to pay for it, who's going to? I think women hope that the government will do it, but the government is funded by the people. You know where women are going to end up? Where they're ending up right now, ma'am, homeless, dying on the streets.
Why do
Man,
you?
you don't have to like it. You don't have to like it. Do your own research. You cannot, unless you are making enough money to pay for yourself through the end of your days, you need another income and somebody to share the load with.
I don't see why that's a woman thing and not just a humanity thing. It's a woman thing for you. You say that like it's a woman.
I don't care, man.
Why we need
Because I'm talking to women. Because I'm talking to women. And here's the thing. I don't understand why women like you don't just accept the fact that what we're saying matters. Women have always needed men to get through. You don't choose to do the job to make the money.
Say women like me because you don't know what type of woman I am. So
I know kind of woman. Okay, I know the woman I've talked to on the phone, and you're doing this word salad voodoo. You're not really trying to have a good faith conversation. You asked, and I said because most women don't make enough money.
Okay.
Then you want to put it on they're not given a chance to, which is a bull crap argument. That women can do whatever they choose to. They're just not choosing to.
It's true, whether you accept it or not. It's true. But that's fine. You have your opinion, I have mine. But it's true.
See, the difference
I
is
know
between your
because
opinion and my facts.
feel that-
Between the difference between your opinion and my facts is your opinion serves you and women like you. My facts let women know that you have a future ending up on where? Who's going to pay for it? In the West is not set up for elderly singles. The care for elderly people has always fallen majority of responsibility to the family. Social Security was meant to supplement your retirement. People are working paycheck to paycheck. There is no retirement. So if there is no retirement and there is no family and someone has to live, that's what it comes down to. So my question to you is, why are so many women today so anti-marriage when the average woman can't afford to pay for herself?
I can't say why women are anti-marriage. Like I said, myself and the women that in my life aren't anti-marriage at all. We just would like to find a good man to be wed with. But
A good man. I want to need a good man to do what?
I'm sorry, what you said?
A good man to be wed with? Go ahead.
Yes, that's what I was stating. And I just believe, everybody's definition of good or bad is different, but I believe, and I'm only speaking on things for myself. Like that's why I said different opportunities, because one of my businesses is a business that primarily is, ran by a male. And I've been in situations where it was not given to me because it was between me and a male, and I was more qualified than that male, but they
Happens
chose
all
to.
the time. Happens to men too, man.
I understand, but that's why I'm speaking on that. So
Happens to
I
men too.
wasn't just speaking on that saying that, what you were saying, like women like me. It's not, I'm speaking on my truth. And that's my,
I mean, I hope my truth dies this year.
mm-hmm.
There is the truth. And what men hear when you're talking, honestly, is word salad. We want to be married to a man who is a good man who's within, how old are you, by the way? How old did you say?
40 years old.
You haven't run across a good man worth being married to in 40 years?
I've ran across good men,
Worth being married to?
for me personally, no. Well, it's just other reasons. Like they may have been worthy of being married to, but there were other things that I said, I don't know if I want to go that route.
As long as you can pay, ma'am, here's the thing, as long as you and women who hold out can pay, no one really cares.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, if you think like that, you haven't found a man that's good enough to be married to, and you're waiting for a man who's good enough to be married to, the older you get, the less likely that's going to happen.
Agreed.
But why? So why be concerned with what's going on in relationship conversations if you're effectively out of the market?
I believe I'm out of the market. I just believe that
The men get to
one
choose.
day,
The men get to decide that whether you like it or not. You can be in the market, just like it, but if the kind of men you want aren't picking women like you, then you're out of the market for the men you want.
mm-hmm. Like I said, I still believe that, which I'm sure you'll have some rebuttal on this, but I believe that when the time is right, God will send the right man in my life.
God has nothing to do with this. Marriage is a natural
He
thing.
has,
Don't put this off on my God. God don't
that's
have
for
God.
me. That's for me.
Here's the problem I have. That first of all, I'm a
You
Christian.
leave
Number
with
one. Number
understanding.
two, we have some of the most non-Christian, ungodly living women talking about God sending them a blessing. You can't do that. You can't make it God when you're not following Him.
One thing, all due respect, I listen to you the entire time you're speaking, and I don't interrupt. And you've been interrupting me a couple of times.
I'm going to continue to do that because I'm running 2 different shows. I can do that.
Okay, I just thought respect from both ends should come both ways, but that's
But,
fine.
but see, the thing, it's not
That's fine.
disrespect. I'm
That's
running
fine.
a show. I have to stay on task. And see, if you don't want to be cut off, don't come on someone's show. I have to, and I'm also going to correct things and keep on task because I'm sorry. People have a tendency to ramble about stuff that's not on topic or even on the question.
I wasn't. If you would give me the opportunity to even finish,
I've
without
given you more. I've given you an opportunity, man. But at this point, it's just becoming combative. Man, if you ask the question, why is marriage a requirement? It's a requirement for people who don't make enough money. That's what it is. That's always going to be, and it's not going to change. If you're unmarried and you say you haven't run across a man that's worth being married to, or whatever words by 40, great. The less likely you're going to happen the older you get. But as long as you can pay for yourself, doesn't matter. But here's the reality to all women. This is the reality you're having in trouble, not you, but women having trouble dealing with. Men get to decide who gets married. Because the men that women tend to want something for their money. And the women who tend to have the biggest issue with me are women who are still in the market and they can't get what they want.
That doesn't apply to me, but I hear you.
So so you can get what you want?
The thing is, if that's what my focus is, that's for me, that's
Can
not
you get what you want?
actually put my mind. I can get anything or anyone that I want.
Do you want to be married?
But my thing is right
Do you
now,
want to be married?
I have a different vision. I
Do
have a
you
different,
want to be married?
yes, one day I would.
By what one day when? Approximately.
I don't know, when I'm done building this thing that I'm building.
So when you're done building, then you want to get married, and you believe you can get married to the kind of man you want to get married to.
I believe I can.
But To date, in 40 years, you ain't run across it.
No, I've
Hmm.
crossed potentials, but I've had situations, different situations for why I thought maybe it was not the time. You know,
Okay, well, good luck with that. But if it ain't happened in 40 years, you ain't run across them. I don't know why you feel so optimistic it's going to happen in the next 40. But hey,
I'm sure it will.
hope springs eternal.
I'm sure it will.
All right, hope springs eternal. And this is the thing: women talk so much stuff about I can. Y'all are deluded. Possibility versus probability. I can do what I want to, and word salad. Word salad. God gonna send them. Don't put this on God. I tell you, God, men have a real problem with talking about God gonna send them. So if you don't find the man or you don't get married, it's God's fault. Then please. See, the one thing my show has done is it's forced women to really question some of the stuff that comes out of their mouth. And it doesn't tend to make a lot of sense. But yeah, make no mistake. If you're an average earning woman or below, you need more than one income. That means, unless you're gonna have a woman pay for you, that means a husband. That means a man. So think about it. For my critics and detractors, we have women that would rather wait until they are old and accomplish what they want to accomplish and think someone's going to marry you. Well, why would a man need to marry you when you're past child rearing, past the things that men value in a woman? And they really believe this stuff, guys. They really believe this stuff. And here's the thing I need men to understand. They will look you in your eye and tell you this is true. A lot of women believe this stuff. But then you ask, why hasn't it happened? Why can't you make it happen? Here's the thing. Women don't turn down proposals of men they admire or respect. Women often talk about men that they don't like. They don't ever talk about the men that are on their level, because those men, the men that they would pick, tend to not want them. The dating market is for productive, competitive, successful men and younger women. Always has been. That's why you can have 82-year-old Al Pacino out here with a 28-year-old. The dating market has never been for great ladies. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Kevin. Can you hear me?
I am okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right. So what are we talking about today? I'm talking about why women are holding out and things like that.
So, yeah, I joined, and can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Yeah, so I just joined the live feed, and I was watching, speaking with the young lady. I actually had a question, or some advice I want you to give to me if possible. So I married my high school sweetheart. We were together 10 married years together.
You're
Almost.
breaking up. You're going in and out. Are you on Bluetooth?
Oh, hold on.
You're married?
I was married. Can you hear me okay?
Okay, go ahead. You're married?
No, I'm no longer married. I was saying that I was married. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I'm not married now. I'm divorced. So I was just asking, so just for some advice. I was saying that I married my high school sweetheart. We were married 10 years, together 18 years. We had two children, two sons. My oldest, he's a Marine. And I have a 12-year-old as well, same father through our marriage. And we divorced August 2017. And I did the little dating thing and all of that. And I actually felt
You got to get to the question. I got to I got to get to the answer. What's the question?
So the question is, I was hearing you saying that, because I'm 40 years old, you were saying that it's over for the majority of the women of my age. I would like to get married again. I'm with a great guy. I've been together going on 2 years.
When I say the majority of women your age, you do realize that means the majority is 50.1% versus 49.9%. But, okay, I think many women think when I say the majority, it's like 99%. But you want to get remarried, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I would like that. Yeah,
Okay.
I would.
What city are you in?
What city I'm in?
Mm-hmm.
Chicago.
It always comes down to this question: lifestyle.
Yeah.
Do you live at an above average lifestyle?
I would say I do. I'm a licensed insurance agent for Allstate. I make pretty good money.
Okay. Well, then the issue becomes most men are average. And if they're the majority of the men on the curve are average earners. Is it really about you want to get married, but you also want to maintain your lifestyle? So that means fewer men, right?
You said fewer what?
That means fewer men at that lifestyle level.
Oh, of course, it's only one person, actually, for me.
Huh?
I said it's only one person, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Well, I mean, I don't want you to say how much you make annually, but let's say 9% of Black women make $75,000 or more. Are you above the 9% or are you below?
I'm a little bit that, I would say.
All right. At the end of the day, it comes down to, at our age, it comes down to really how easy are you to get along with. And most Generation X women fail because they're just difficult to get along with. If you're easier to get along with and you're willing to live at a modest middle class lifestyle, then you have more opportunities. But if you got to live at a $75,000-$100,000 plus lifestyle, you know, Ruth Chris and going to France, then you're talking about men who can afford that, and those men want something for their money. So that's why I say when I say the majority of women, it's because they're in a lifestyle that they don't want to go back to. I get it. That's why I say, well, if you need to maintain lifestyle, are you willing to share a man?
I hear what you're saying. No, I'm not willing to do
Well, I think it's funny, guys. Since I've been asking this question, women over 35 tend to be adamantly against it, even in the focus group. And even the focus groups. And then women under 35, they're like, I could see it. See, younger women are seeing the outcomes of baby boomers, Generation X, and late millennials. And they are wholeheartedly rejecting the outcomes they've seen from far too many women. So they're hearing what men are saying, and they're realizing that you're going to have to compromise on something. You got to give up on something.
True.
At our age, being easy to get along with and being willing to compromise does a hell of a lot more, because I mean we got less life in front of us than behind us.
Right, exactly.
I don't see why so many Generation X women are still holding out for this fantasy ideal when death is around the corner. I don't get it, but I hope that answered the question. Okay.
It did. Thank you so much, and I love your show.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, bye. See, Facebook, I let Facebook do what it's going to do. Look at all the hate in Facebook. Ooh, where's your woman? Where's your? Trust me, my woman's on her way. Don't worry about me. I'm just fine. My lady friends think y'all are crazy. Think y'all are zip damn crazy. But y'all keep on saying that I like men. If I put my women on here, a lot of y'all's feelings will be hurt. But you'll never see them. You'll never see them. Never see them. Oh my God. The math ain't mathing. For Generation X women, look, like it or not, if you are living at an above middle class lifestyle, if men can't afford to live at your lifestyle, or guys don't tend to want to go into situations to where they can't leave. So, Facebook, and I tell you, and both of these, and by the way, this is being streamed to YouTube, by the way, behind a paywall. So if you're copying this video and think you're going to upload it to YouTube, just know you're going to get your channel struck. Let's go. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. Do, 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 do. So, and the funny thing is, let me speak to Black folks for a minute. During the height of the pandemic, when we were all locked in the house worldwide, everybody in the world got a chance to understand what's important in life. And single people were in the house too, and they realized for the first time how empty their lives were. Marital filings were up in every race except for the Black community. Divorce filings were down. The end of 2021, we had what's called the Great Resignation, where 25 million people quit their jobs, and a lot of them were women. We had something in 2021 called a she-cession, a female recession, meaning that women are choosing to leave the workforce and put in these long hours and choosing to work at home. They're choosing to go back. All the things that women say they want, women had them, and many women say, I don't want that. But in the Black community, women can't really do that as readily as other women because you don't have a man. So I keep wondering why women are like, why is being married such a responsibility? I'm like, do y'all not, y'all almost think that sound like getting married is like having your wisdom teeth removed. And if you really get into what the issue is in a relationship, it's not the men. It's not the men. It's not the men. So, like it or not, this is why I tell you guys, gentlemen, do yourself a favor. Do not feel guilty that you're choosing to put your outcomes first, because at the end of the day, most women want a man to be in a position to pay for things. That's fine. If that's the case, get something for your money, my friend. And see, that's what a lot of women don't like. A lot of women don't like the fact that I'm actually telling men, hey, get something for your money. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. How old are you?
33.
All right. So what are we talking about tonight?
I think that some women are holding out to feel appreciated
To feel appreciated?
for their efforts. Me, I guess I'm speaking for myself specifically. I am with a Black man.
Okay.
And
Are you married?
no, I'm divorced prior to him.
Okay.
I do have one child, and he is beyond amazing with her and does more than he probably should. And I do my best to show my appreciation to him. And I'm also on a weight loss journey. Since I met him, he's helped me.
So are you talking about yourself? You saying women like yourself are holding out to be appreciated, or women in general?
A little of both.
So you
I do
you
think
have
women
a
in general.
so you have a boyfriend,
Right.
and you have a child,
I do.
and you're holding out to be appreciated.
Well, I am putting the effort in to give him what he wants. Like, he's helping me become more fit, feminine, and friendly. And I've always been submissive.
But I don't understand the holdout part then.
Because I feel like my efforts aren't being appreciated. And I feel like it's always say, like, the next thing to work on,
Yeah.
instead of,
Yep.
which I get, and I am, and I continue to work on the things.
Does he
that
want to
has-
marry you?
It's briefly been talked about, but at the moment,
I don't think we're having the same conversation, honestly, because holding out to be appreciated, it sounds to me like you both are trying to work with one another, but he's got more stuff that he wants you to do. Do you have more stuff that you want him to do?
I literally say the words, all I need is to feel loved, wanted, and appreciated.
All right, well, I don't think we're having the same conversation. I think this is your situation, but I think a lot of women are holding out for a price they're not going to get. That's what I hear more than anything else. Holding out because they're what's called chasing the dragon. You felt something one time and you want to get back to that. But here's the thing. If you got somebody who's working with you, that's more than you had.
Yeah, definitely. Which is why I try to show my appreciation.
Well, okay, I think we're having a different conversation to appreciate it. I'm gonna tell you this, the ladies, truthfully. If you got somebody that's working with you, see, gentlemen, what a lot of women don't want to say is they think they're better than a lot of guys. A lot of women think they're better than the men they're dealing with. It's like, remember the worst wife ever? She was already married to a man and she wanted to go back to a high value man. Why did I put that video up? Because it was emblematic of far too many women today. Holding out for a better man. Can't find a better man. Waiting. It's like, well, damn. What woman holds out if she thinks she's winning? What women hold out if they think they are winning? And so guys, this is why it is good to be in a situation to where you can apply leverage to your relationship to where you're not having to continue to prove. What does she have to prove to you? And this is something I think men need to take responsibility for. Far too many of us allowed women to just be and didn't make them prove anything. Hello, how are you?
Hey, how are you? I'm good. Good night.
How old are you?
I am 32.
All right, so what's the holdout?
So I just moved from the Virgin Islands last year, February. I came to America. I moved to Atlanta. I'm here now. I work in a jewelry store. I'm going to start at Brightland on the 9th. So I just think I am doing decent in life. I'm not doing amazing. I'm doing decent in life. I'm 32, no kids, no excess weight. It's just kind of hard in Georgia because everybody wants the fake body girls, fake boobs, fake butt, everything. And I'm just like, you're tall, thin,
That's not true.
Where I live in Buckhead, that's how it is.
Buckhead, man, that's not true.
That's all I've been seeing. That's all I've been getting. I don't know.
Okay, but that's not true, but
I guess I'm going out to the wrong places. So when I moved here, I did move into Buckhead thinking it's a more elite place. But like I said, all the men, they wear Gucci from head to toe, these bust down chains. And mind you, I sell jewelry, so I know everything about it. But they just
I'm in
want
Buckhead, man. I don't
club,
do
the
that.
model girls.
The men I know don't do that. I have a meeting with 35 black men, all who earn $100,000 or more, and ain't a Gucci goddamn belt among them.
Thank you. I miss it. I'm not gonna lie. I like my designer too, but I'm in the industry.
But my point is, we attract what we are.
I guess you say that, but I am a homebody. I don't go to the clubs. I don't go out. I work home, so it's just like, I'm not that.
I can't even imagine the place where I would go where I would be hanging out with guys you're talking about. I'm like, where are these guys?
Well, the store that I was working in prior to me going to Brightland is why. The jewelry store. It's called
But
iSpot.
that's the store you're working in. Where do you socialize?
At work. I don't really go out.
Then
So
that's not. Why are you ladies so goddamn lazy when it comes to finding a man of value? Y'all think y'all's pussy. it's the best thing on the world that somebody's supposed to just knock on your door and say, high value man.
Yeah.
These dudes ain't Postmates or Uber Eats, they're thorough men. And this is why they get with white women. Because white women make themselves available. Hispanic women make themselves available. Asian women make themselves available. Middle Eastern women make themselves available. Black women have been given this queen energy to where y'all just like this. I'm just lay up. I'm telling you, if you could, you gotta become. You can't be such a lazy dater because you're 32, right?
I'm 32. Just turned 32. It's not that. It's just when I do go out, you know, I'm not meeting people. So it's to the point where I just want to work home, make money, save money so I can get a house
That's your
next year.
problem.
I just don't know what else.
I want you to understand, your attitude regarding Atlanta to men is trash. You're going into the marketplace. I don't want to meet people. Well, then keep your ass at home with your money and enjoy.
Yeah.
How can you meet anybody worthwhile with such a foul attitude?
I wouldn't say so foul. It's just from what I see.
Negative.
Florida is awesome.
Okay, if I put you around these men, just like you came in here and described Atlanta, you described Atlanta as some hip hop video.
That's all I've seen.
That's all you see.
You're
From
right.
a tiny window in your little place.
You win. You're right. I don't leave my area. I live in Buckhead.
Well then, ma'am, what do you expect? You expect a thorough, this is why I want all my critics, my female critics, if you don't like what I say, I want you to write out how a man's supposed to find you. How it's supposed to happen. How is Mr. Right supposed to find you? I'm talking to who I'm talking to right now. How's it supposed to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I got to start going out more. If you say it, I got to listen to
Well,
it.
but the thing is, it's not as though I don't say. It's like, damn, I love fish, man. I love fish. Oh, god damn, I want some fish. Man, Atlanta is, ain't no fish around this motherfucker. Damn, I just want some. I want some fish. But when's the last time you been fishing? I don't go fishing. When's the last time you been to the fish market? I don't know fucking fish market. So you want fish, right? Yeah, man, no damn fish out here, man. All I see is.
You're right. That's why I called in. I need your advice.
But I don't understand you. But what I'm more concerned with is the mentality you're taking out there into the marketplace. It's not one of hope and optimism. It's one of. So even if men like that were around you, what if you end up meeting one of these guys I'm talking about, and that's just the day they happen to be in their Christian Louboutin Louis sneakers, some denim, a Gucci belt, and a white t-shirt. Ain't nothing wrong with that outfit. Look at how your face is turned up.
The white t-shirt part. Everything else was good, but the white t-shirt.
White boys wear white fucking t-shirts. You see how your mind went? I said a man wearing Christian Louboutin Louis sneakers, some jeans, a Gucci belt, and a white t-shirt, and you automatically made it some nigga shit. But if I put Brad in the same thing, would you think he's a nigga too?
No, it's not that. It's just I feel like I said, the Atlanta market where I live, I need to get out of where I live. It's a little more ratchet. That's all I'm saying. If I was in Florida or New York, or
image is so important. You're suffering, and here's the thing. Ladies, understand, you go into the world just like every other human with confirmation bias. What you believe exists, you make it the truth. I just described the man in a white t-shirt, jeans, and Gucci. I got a goddamn Gucci belt, Louis sneakers, white t-shirt, and jeans. And if I was wearing it, you didn't know me, you'd have put me in the same category. Yeah.
you would wear it different though. You
no,
would.
it's not. No, you don't know.
I guess.
You don't know how he's wearing it, man. I just said, how do you know how he's wearing it? I just said he was out. Why did you assume he's wearing it? See, think about where your mind is. And what man of value or man on this shit needs to climb over all that mess in your head to get to you? That's too much of a easy to get along with, easy to be with. So, yeah, I got to get out, and you got to get out and have a good attitude.
Yeah.
When you
Thank you.
go out, you have female friends?
I just moved here, so I do have 2 friends from the Virgin Islands. So we're in a group chat, and I try to get up sometimes with them. I
You hang
don't
out
go
with your
out,
female friends?
not a bunch. I just moved here, remember? You know,
How long? How long ago?
I've been here a year.
That man, I just moved here, man.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
I want y'all to understand that black women, y'all are some of the y'all are lazy when it comes to dating. You're lazy. And the only reason I can think y'all think what's between y'all's legs is that important. I said this in the focus group today. Modern women are far too impressed with themselves. Y'all estimation of yourselves is astronomical. The humility doesn't exist to the fact that where you can say the things you said, knowing what you do, knowing your little bit of activity. You've been here for a year. I know people who've been here a year and they're in full-blown relationships. One got married. Y'all don't do nothing. But see, if I asked you if you had the bomb, wow, you'd probably tell me, oh, shit, yeah. They really think that. I don't know you. I don't want you to put yourself out there, but it's like, what do you think you need? So let me ask you this question. To the kind of men you're talking about, what do you feel like you need to prove?
I mean, need to prove as in what? Like, what do you mean by that exactly?
Just what I said. What do you feel like you need to prove? To the
To
kind
the
of man you're talking about, you meet a man that's in that category. What do you need to prove to him?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm looking for anything too much. I guess I'm trying to settle, I guess. I mean, I do well for myself. I'm not making 100,000 a year. I'm making
For
more
the kind of man you're talking about, you can't meet him. He's rare, but if I put you in front of him and he's single, what do you feel like you would need to prove to that kind of man?
I mean, I don't have kids. I have a good job.
What do you feel like you need to prove to that kind of, that's your stats. What do you need to prove to him?
I guess I don't know.
Thank you. Y'all don't feel like y'all need to prove shit to us. Well, yeah, we're supposed to prove that we're thorough and this and that. Y'all just supposed to be.
You're right.
See, when Becky steps to a black man, she knows she got to prove something because she doesn't know what Zatarans or Lowry's is. She don't know what red Kool-Aid is. She knows she has to figure some shit out. But our culture has made it to where y'all are so comfortable with us. Not only do you not need to prove something, the best of the best men need to prove something to you, and then they need to actively seek you out.
But I don't ask for all of that, what most women ask for. Most women
ask for all of it or not, but the overall, man, the sentiment, though. All right, let me flip it. Let me see. If all of a sudden I snap my fingers and all the black men on the planet are gone, no black men ever, they're gone. Thanos snap, boom, gone. The only men are white, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, Asian, and other. They don't come from your culture, and you still want to have a man. Can you approach that market the same way you approach us?
I used to only date outside of my race. Now I want to date my own race, actually.
What is the question I asked?
I guess I misinterpreted. Can you ask it again?
If all the black men were gone, could you approach non-black men from different cultures with the same level of familiarity as you seem to be approaching us?
I mean, like I say, yeah, because I only used to date back in my island. I would date outside of my race a lot. So
right, and you could just date a white guy and just be black. There's nothing to prove there either, right?
I guess you're right. It probably, yeah.
Thank you.
That's why I'm not with them anymore. You know,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's the point. And I'm using this because y'all want men to prove this and do that and wait and Y'all don't need to do shit except just be. That ain't
I
gonna
think
work.
I do a little more than, I mean, like I say, it have women out there with 3 kids.
Ma'am, you ain't even going to leave your house.
Hmm?
You're not even willing to leave your house and
But
circulate.
guess what? I have been
You're not
starting.
willing. You've been here a year. You can't find me. You try to describe all of Atlanta men that's in a hip hop video. That's bullshit. You ain't even willing to leave your house, and that's
You're
too.
right.
That's a level of
And
comfort. That's a level of comfort.
hmm hmm
And I'm like, why do y'all get to be this comfortable when it's your clock that's on the line?
hmm
And I just have to deal with what I'm seeing. That
hmm
y'all don't really feel. They don't seem like we ain't nothing to work for. We ain't nothing to prove nothing for. Hell, anyway, all right. Have a good one, man. I got a story to tell. Even when
I
I'm talking about, if I put you in a room with Mr. Rich High Value Man, would you be willing to step over your friend or compete with your friend to get it? One was like, no. I'm like, gentlemen, this is where black men got to hold the L. We've accepted nothing for far too long to where you got to raise your standard. You got to make women prove that they belong next to you. She needs to earn your time. She needs to earn your last name. She needs to earn your dick. She needs to earn your dick. That's not, I'm just trying to get it in. Man, I swear to God, one thing I wish I could snap my fingers and remove how too large of a group of men are all think about sex first. If sex was, we didn't overemphasize sex in the way we do in our culture, but I'm not saying everybody, but far too many folks. And we actually had to do other things. What would you judge her on? Because if I told you, man, I'm trying to see what that mouth do. Guys, raise your standard, raise what you are, because whether we don't look at time the way women look at time. We don't look at value the way women look at value. Women think that she can sleep with a man that's up here, this is her new level. All right, let's go over here. Facebook, this is kind of cool. All right, I'm gonna end this in a minute. I got a long day tomorrow. We got a little bit late, but I don't understand what women are holding out for. What are y'all holding out for, ladies? What are you holding out for? I'm holding out for a thorough man, a man on my level. Okay. If you actually had to write out how you're supposed to get married or how you're supposed to get in a relationship, the entire process from start to finish, you know what most of them would write? God, destiny, manifest. That's what it really comes down to. That's why when I hear women talk about God, I reject it. I push it back so hard because far too many women have become straight up lazy when it comes to finding a mate. Finding a mate. It's just like when we talk about weight and things like that. There's always some woman to say somebody somewhere hit it. Gotta hold that L, gentlemen. If you would stop doing that, if you would stop accepting the things that you out of your mouth say you find acceptable, but then when you get the henny dick, you decide to go back on your word. If you actually said, if you had to wear, you know what? I'm gonna say this. Like in Jury Busters. Imagine in Jury Busters where people are going through Atlanta with these diamond testers. And they're seeing people with these chains. And there's nothing funnier than seeing somebody with a fake chain or a fake bust down watch getting exposed. If you actually had to have your body count, the women you slept with or whatever, and people could access it, a lot of y'all would stay in the house. You should respect yourself enough to say, anybody that I'm going to be, anybody that anybody's going to know that I've been with, you should be proud to say, yeah. You should be with a woman, be like, yeah, if you're a woman or you're a woman you with today finds out about a woman in your past, she need to be able to like, well, yeah, I can see that. Women judge the levels too. Come on, man. See, fat girls pay rent. They're not going to stop sleeping with them. You see, when we say stuff like that, I'm not talking about a man who needs to have his rent paid. The kind of men I'm talking, and that's the problem. Men who don't need their rent paid will sleep with a 4. I had friends in college that would do this. Guys who were up here, bona fide 8s and 9s, who when they would just get horny or get drunk, they would sleep with a woman who was. I'm like, man, why do you do that? I think we don't look enough at best practices from other groups and say, what do other groups do? I'm not opposed at looking at best practices of people who have the results I want. If I see a group or I see somebody that's doing something that works, I don't have enough ego to say, oh, I'm going to figure it out. You do what works. We have working models, and whether or not you want to look at this community and that community, you can go just look back in your family history. Do what works. But ladies, humble women don't hold out. That's why I laugh when I hear these women talking about, I made a man wait for 11 years. He's single as hell. Humble women, women with humility, understand that while they may be valuable, they're not special. That's why women who have more than you, I mean, women looking at Beyonce like, I wouldn't do what she did. That's why she got what she got. Anyway, all right, we're going to go more into this. Wednesday, we're going to get into some of these logical fallacies, the whataboutism, the not all women, and the God gonna send them to me, and the we're all special snowflakes, and you know, I don't know where women got in their mind that they needed it, but I do know where it came from. By the time a lot of you women are gonna want to start to settle down, you're out of dating, you're out of options. So I'm gonna go back to what I said. You're over 40 and still talking about settle and got stuff to do. You can be in the dating market. See, you can be in the dating market just like you can start a YouTube or an Instagram page. There is no barrier to entry to be in the dating market. But just like you can start an Instagram page or a YouTube page, just because you own that mother, don't mean somebody's gonna watch your content. Many of you ladies are in the dating market just like your YouTube page has 0 views, 0 followers, and you got all these videos and no views. But I'm on YouTube. Being inner market only matters if you can get the outcomes you want from the market. That's like going to a restaurant and seeing the restaurant got my favorite steak and lobster and this and that, and you got $3 in your pocket. You in the restaurant, it's on the menu. Oh, look at Pamela. Oh, see, I'm telling you, I love Facebook. I love Facebook because you get